children. Oh God, all I ever wanted to have was a baby. I didn't know it would be difficult when you're having kidney disease. I didn't know it was difficult when you was on dialysis. It makes it hard for you to conceive. It makes it hard for you to have a child. But I don't want to give my child a disease or anything. I just want to have a baby. But I didn't know that I might have to do dialysis all the time. But I'm willing to do anything to have this baby. I just want it to be healthy and grow inside of me and don't go through all of these troubles that I'm dealing with and that I'm going through. You know what I'm trying to say? I don't know if anybody understand, but this is the Lisa Baxter Show, giving you the 411 in the kidney world. Hi, everybody, and good after. I'm sorry, good evening. No, I'm not drinking. I don't drink. Good evening. I am so glad you tuned in. I have a fabulous show for you. But just before I introduce my guest, I'd just like to say thank you for your prayers for the two procedures that I had on my back and with my bones. I thank you for all your prayers. I'm still mending. I'm still healing. My pain is from a 10 to a 7, but it's going down and it's working. So keep on praying. I love you and I appreciate you. You're just fantabulous. I also just want to say, if you are starting a business, a profit or non-profit program, always get yourself a nice brochure. Make a nice brochure. Make sure you know what your audience is, who you're going to be dealing with, so you can send it to different programs. Blessed Kidney Connection is my program, and I send it to colleges and schools and different programs that invite me to do kidney awareness and that invite me to do other workshops. I do driver's ed if they want to get their permit, if they want to learn how to drive. I do job preparation to show them how to act on an interview. So I do a number of things. So when you do your brochure, add stuff, add everything you need to add, okay? Sometimes you have to add what people are saying about you. Those nice, beautiful, positive things they're saying about you, put it on the brochure. Blow somebody's mind with what you are doing. I ain't mad at you, you know? And put your little bio in there about yourself. They might not know you, so they're gonna have to know something about you. So put your accomplishment in, big or small, every accomplishment matters. All right? So you do a little bit of this and that, do the little foldy thing, mail it out, hand it out, give it out, have one always in your briefcase or bag. All right? That's your tidbit for the day for Lisa Baxter. Well, guess what, y'all? I got a different type of kidney show for you tonight, but I'm going to introduce my guest and we're going to move nice and slow on into this. I have the great, the beautiful, the excellent, a lady that's a mother who went to college, who taught at the public school, who's a kidney warrior, who's been on dialysis and had a transplant. No other than the beautiful, beautiful, excellent, fantabulous Courtney Brown. Welcome, Courtney.
Hi, Lisa. How you doing tonight?
How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for having me tonight. How are
I'm
you?
hearing you so very low. I don't know what's going on. Forgive my fingers, but something's going on here.
Can you hear me?
I can hear
Is
you
that better?
very low. I don't know what happened in those little bit of minutes, but I don't want to have to lean in or anything like that just to inch to hear you. I didn't want to say that, but you know it's a reality show and anything can happen when stuff is live. So I don't know whether to go back in, go out and come back in, or you go back out and come back in because I can barely hear you like a whisper.
Oh, can you hear me now? I took my charger cord out. Can you hear me?
Is your phone turned down? I heard you say, can you hear me now?
No, it's not turned down.
I just hope they can hear you. Maybe it'll be something if they could hear you, but I still would have to know when and if you're talking. We'll try it, and if it doesn't work out, then we're going to start over. All right? Because
All right.
that's how we do things. All right? One of the reasons is because I'm getting a call because before the show had started, I've been texted about somebody that we know and love had passed away, and that's why they're calling me, but they probably forgot I'm broadcasting the show, and that's probably why I keep getting these interruptions. All right, I'm glad you can hear her, but I hope I can hear her answers so I don't look crazy like I'm asking her why she's talking. But I'll give it a try and we'll see. If it sounds crazy, then let's start over. How about that? I ain't mad at you. All righty.
All right.
Miss Courtney, can you tell us a little bit about your journey?
My journey started back in 2006. I was in school, working, and all of a sudden I got ill. I went to the hospital. They told me I had pneumonia. Once they told me I had pneumonia, they gave me a medication called
How's
Avalox.
it static?
And the Avalox, I had a allergic reaction to it. My body started swelling. I had seizures, passed out, everything. So instead of them checking my labs before they gave me an MRI, they just put me right into the MRI, not knowing that I had a little bit of kidney loss then. So once I was given an MRI, I was given contrast dye called gadolinium, and it didn't filter out properly. So that's what caused my kidneys to fail. And this happened in
Hold it.
2006.
I'm sorry. No. I want to be able to enjoy this thing. I'm not going to be trying to listen in and whisper and all of that. Unless this thing work right, we're not going to do it at all until we get this right. So we want to give you a good show. So either Steve, what do you suggest? Do I come out and come back in? Do she come out and come back in? Do we start over? Or do we just take it from the top with us going back in? Because I can't hear her. And if I can't hear her, I'll never know what she's saying. I heard us whispering, and that's all I can hear. It's staticky. So I'm going to try it. I'm not getting too much of an answer there. So I'm just going to go for it. And we're going to try our best. Shando. Kodoboshia.
I can hear you. I don't know what's going on with Lisa.
Oh, so you
I can hear you. Everything was. Oh, we on broadcast. Oh, sorry guys. This is live. So go ahead and finish your broadcast. I mean, finish what you were saying, Courtney.
I was just saying that my incident happened in 2006, and the last part I left off was where I was given contrast dye, and that's what shut my kidneys all the way down.
Mm,
I had seizures, I had sickle cell crisis back to back, blood was low,
my
just
Lord.
any and everything that could happen happened to me. I could not walk, I could not talk, I could not feed myself. I had to learn how to do everything all over again like a newborn baby.
Wow.
Oh
Um,
shit!
it
Yes.
was a horrible journey, but thank
Hmm.
God.
Well, I'm glad that you've been able to come through that because that's not an easy thing. I mean, I know how it is to have to feed yourself and or have a hard time feeding yourself and just going through tragedy after tragedy, and it can be really rough. But I love your spirit. I love that you did anything in spite of us and you defeated the odds. You just one big walking miracle, and your story is one big walking miracle too. The reason why I did this show is because me and you had something in common with babies and having children and trying to have children and wanting to have children. Unfortunately, I had many miscarriages and I've only went 3 months and I kept the sonogram and everything like that. My husband and I, we were very happy and the baby just wouldn't stay attached to my uterus and it just came out and I had a complete miscarriage and everything, but my blood said I was still pregnant. I said that to say this because you wanted to have a child. You wanted to have a baby, and you actually had one. And I had tried for many years, all the way till I was 50, child. Woo! But I want you to continue your story because I just want to give the comparisons and what the show is about. So it's not just about kidney awareness and transplant awareness, but it's about maybe somebody's out there trying to get pregnant and they having a hard time with it. Maybe they're already pregnant and don't want to do the dialysis all the time or every day or 6 days a week, or having issues with it or depression, whatever it is. That's why I wanted to do this show, because we haven't touched on babies and pregnancies enough, or going more into it. So when I saw your post on the Facebook about your son and having them and everything, it touched my heart. And one day I just woke up and God said, you should do a story and then do it with you, and to compare it and put it out there for somebody else to be blessed. So we are not rushing tonight. So I didn't know whether to go from the baby thing or what next, but I'm going to just jump in. When you found out that you had kidney disease, you said
Well,
2012, or you went on 2000?
2016. I mean 2006. I'm sorry,
Uh-huh.
6. Once
Uh-huh.
I recovered, because I was on life. Once I recovered from that, and I woke up. Doctors were telling me what happened. I woke up and I was like, "What is this here?" And they're like, "Well, you need dialysis. Your kidneys have failed." And I was like, "Oh, wow!" And like suddenly my life was turned upside down. I'm like, "So I'm not gonna be able to finish school? What about work?" I was worried about those things because I didn't even know half of the stuff was happening to me. I
Yes.
was out of it. And during that time, I felt God and I saw God and I heard God. And I guess that's the
Mm,
moment where my heart stopped and I was in ICU.
my
But
Lord.
by his grace, he got me through it. Let me correct you, Lisa. I did not want children because I knew it was risky, but God had other plans for me. I ended
Yeah.
up getting pregnant in 2012 with my
Uh-huh.
first child.
Yes.
I started PD. I was doing PD at the time. I got a hole in my catheter, caught an infection,
Mm,
was hospitalized, and they gave me two different types of antibiotics. They were called amphotericin, and then the
mm.
other one was called amphotericin B.
Wow.
So the amphotericin B caused me to go into early labor.
What?
This was yes, this was in 2012. Um, it was a horrible experience, but I'm gonna share this. It's kind of hard, so bear with me, everyone.
Take your
Um,
time, baby.
the amphotericin B caused a leak, and so doctors kept checking me. They were like, "You're fine, you're fine, you're fine." The next day, my water broke, and I'm in my hospital room all by myself, and I'm screaming and yelling for help, help, help.
Mm.
Like I felt my son coming out of me. He was actually coming out of me. I was 5 months at the time.
Oh
So
my God.
doctors rushed in. They rushed me down to labor and delivery.
Jesus.
He came, the placenta came out,
Mm.
and he lived for that one day. And on the 13th, he passed away in my arms. They told me to get downstairs because we were like one floor apart. So they told me, "Mom,
Mm.
get downstairs." He was good. He kept crashing, and he passed away. Sorry to say. Um,
Sorry.
this might sound weird, but the experience was peaceful because I knew that he was safe. He would go to heaven. He would be fine, and he passed in my arms. So that gave
Yes.
me some peace and comfort. And
Yes.
most people are like,
Yes.
why aren't you crying? Why aren't you? Trust me, I had my moments, but during that moment, I did not cry. I didn't feel sad.
Wow. Well, that's a
But
miracle
as
how
time
God would
went on,
do. Mhm.
go ahead.
No, I mean, what? First of all, you knew the two names of the medicine. You know how many people don't know nothing that they're taking or the effects or what it do. You broke it down, girlfriend. You said the names of the medicine, and then that's a beautiful thing to feel at peace, to know where he went and how you was with him for his last moments. That's beautiful. That's
Yeah,
beautiful. Did you name him, if
yes.
I may say? Did you give him a name?
Um, his name was Anthony Isaiah.
Oh, Anthony Isaiah.
Anthony
That's
Isaiah, yes. And his initials were AIM. So I'm thinking AIM for the sky every time I think of him.
Oh, now come on now. You better go ahead. You done touched my heart. Wow, wow. So
But
you was blessed.
I didn't have any complications with him while I was pregnant. The pregnancy was smooth. They just made a few minor adjustments to my medication and during pregnancy every night. So I was breastfeeding
Uh-huh.
every day because treatment every week versus 3 times a week. It's better for you to have it because toxins still can build up
Oh yes.
inside your baby, of course. So that's that's what I was doing.
Yes, yes. Well, when they told me that I would have to have dialysis every day, I was scared at first because I already can barely deal with the 3 times a week. But every time I thought about a child or a baby or bringing something, it made it more worth it. Like, get the needle, shoot me, go ahead, give me that baby. So wow. So I'm glad that you had a present pregnancy because sometimes pregnancies can be really rough and really hard. So okay, we're gonna move into your next pregnancy with your second son. So you was blessed with two warrior boys. I ain't mad at you. Come on here.
Yes, yes. So my second pregnancy was in 2000.
Mhm.
I had no idea. I was gonna have a child. My partner at the time told me he couldn't have kids, so I didn't think I was
Oh,
gonna, get pregnant. But lo and behold, I did. Like a week, I was at this time I was doing hemo in center, and like maybe for a
wow.
whole week,
Mhm.
stomach cramps, like menstrual cramps, while I was on the machine, and I'm like, well, this is new. This is weird. So
Yes.
I think you need to take a test. And I'm like, you do like pregnancy test, and I did that same day. And
Wow.
I wanted to come home, and I took it, and sure enough, it was so.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I was
Well,
happy and excited at the same time.
well, did you uh were you afraid to get pregnant again for losing the first one?
Absolutely yes, absolutely yes.
Mhm.
And I should have taken precautions,
Uh-huh.
being home. But yes,
Wow. Well, a lot of times this is hard on the fathers too. My husband cried like a baby when I lost the baby. I was like, oh my goodness, God, please give him that baby. Give him a daughter. He always wanted a daughter. That's why he was wanting to name the child Hannah, and I wanted to name my son Ephraim. So I called my kidney Hannah. But it can be hard on the man and the men. And even while you're
yes,
pregnant too. My husband had sympathy, pains. He ate what I ate. He had cravings with me and everything. Talk to my stomach all the time. Leave your mother alone. Calm down. Be nice. Come on. All kind of stuff. And I would crack up and I'd laugh. It was just overjoyed. I jumped off the table when
yeah,
the doctor told me. I hardly believed him because he showed me that
right.
sonogram. I'm like, come on now. Don't play with me because you play too much. But I leaped in the air. You'd have thought I was back on gymnastics or something. But continue.
Yeah, my first
Continue.
son, I was married during that time, and my me and my husband were devastated at the time. So you're
Oh,
right; it can be hard on the men too. And my second son's dad is like he wasn't too happy because he was worried about what could happen to me and stuff
oh
like
yeah.
that
He
because he knew I
loves you.
was on dialysis and everything. And then
Yes.
he said his doctors told him that he couldn't have children, so we weren't expecting it. But God had other plans once again. We never know what God is going to do, right?
That's right. He was up to something
So,
good. Yes.
yes. So, during my second pregnancy, people, anyone who's ladies, if you're considering having a child, make sure you have a high risk OBGYN. That is very important.
Say that again.
Your nephrologist and your OBGYN and your techs should all be working together to make sure you can
That's
have a
right.
healthy, successful pregnancy.
Oh,
Everyone needs to be involved.
yes, yes. On the
So I
same
had a high
page.
risk.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. I had a high risk OBGYN and I did dialysis 6 days a week for 3.5 hours.
Woo.
Every day except for Sunday.
Mm.
Um, there were really no complications, but I did have to get a cerclage, which is a stitch to hold the uterus together because my son was coming out.
Mm.
So I had that, and then some of my blood pressure medicines were adjusted. But other than that, it was smooth, and I'm very surprised, because it's even hard for people to get pregnant while on dialysis. So
It
being
is.
pregnant and actually doing it is like from day to day, you're like, oh, I hope nothing happens, or I hope today's a good day. It's a lot of thoughts and emotions that run through your head.
Oh yeah.
So
You're the third person I met that had a baby while on dialysis. I had a client like that, And I had one child that had one kidney, so I was dealing with a lot of different people dealing with different kidney stuff or different things with the baby. Sometimes something, the baby had something, or the parent and the baby had something, but they were actually my clients. I was their social worker. But I'm
Right.
glad that you had those three and knew that's the key thing. What made you know to have the three work together? Because a lot of people don't know that, because both of my doctors work together now, and not the the GYN one, but the two, my nephrologist and my regular doctor, my practitioner. So how did you
It's pretty
know?
much it was pretty much common sense because I was
I
taking
ain't
different
mad at you.
medications, and then the nephrologist
Right.
is like in the dark. Anything can happen, so everyone needs to be on one accord.
Oh, that's so true.
Yeah, like okay, I was giving out. I was and my I gave him her. The texts were updated with everything. The
Yeah.
dialysis center knew everything because I stay help because I'm my own advocate. No one else is going to do that for you
Come
but
on
you.
now.
So you have to become your own advocate. You have to stay on top of things and make sure
Power.
that and everyone is doing what they're supposed to do. And if you feel uncomfortable about something or something, speak up. So that's what I had to do. But the nephrologist recommended that everyone or
Wow. Well, that's good. It take teamwork to make the dream work, my archbishop say. So you had your whole team working with you. Now, how did your family feel about you having a baby since you went through what you went through and because you were on dialysis? So sometimes, I don't know about you, my family, they love me, but they always got something to say. So they gonna like voice their opinions, good or bad. And sometimes, it can make you feel bad or frustrate you. What happened with your case?
in my case, everyone was always wanted grandchildren, so she was ecstatic. My sister always wanted to be an aunt. She didn't because it's
Well,
just
that's
me and
good.
her. So she
Mhm.
so everyone was pretty much happy, but they were worried too at the same
Yeah.
time. A lot of support from my mom and my sister and cousins and things like that. So they helped me along my journey as well, and I want to give a big shout out to them.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Now
Yeah,
that's nice. You had family support. So you got the doctors, you got the family support, the dialysis centers on board, you know your stuff. Daddy got your back. Jesus got your back. I ain't mad. You had the whole thing going.
yeah,
Wow. That's what I'm talking about.
yeah,
It takes all of that. It really do.
yes,
It takes all of that. I'm sure you
it
prayed
does.
over your stomach, sung to it, and some of everything. Did you keep
Yes,
your sonogram or your little stuff? Or
I I have everything, Lisa. I
I
have
still
the
got mine too.
hospital band,
Oh,
the
stop!
certificate, the sonogram, everything. I
Mhm.
mean, you don't get rid of that stuff. Even my first son, I still have all his stuff, and I have Carter's stuff too. That's my second child, so I have
Mhm.
everything.
Well, mamas keep everything anyway. Mamas keep everything anyway. So, all right. So, okay. So the pregnancy was good. Both
Yeah.
pregnancies were good if you look at it. All right. So, but even though it was good, did you still have any worries or concerns, or did you ask the doctors anything, or felt anything, or discuss something with dad? Around in the board. Did you
I
feel?
had.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Go ahead.
sorry.
It's all right.
Um, I did have a complication right before giving birth to my second child. I came home from treatment one day and I just passed out.
Oh,
I don't know why. Everything, my blood pressure was fine. Everything. I just passed out on the steps.
did
So
you
nine
eat?
one one. I'm sorry.
Did you eat?
I ate. I always ate on the machine because they knew I was gonna eat. So
Munching, huh?
I ate. Yes, I ate. So I
Get
don't know
that
what
grub
was
on,
going
huh?
on. Yes. So 911 was called. I was taken to GW Hospital, which is in Washington D.C.,
Hmm.
and they told me that my son wasn't moving. I was
No.
scheduled for emergency C-section surgery. So that me
Okay.
passing out was a sign to them saying, "Hey, something's wrong," and it was a sign to me saying that something was wrong. Come to find out, he wasn't moving like they wanted him to. So I don't know why I passed out. They never figured that out, but he was delivered. He's here. It was scary. I was at the hospital by myself when I delivered that morning. Everybody was asleep. I didn't call too many people, so
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
delivered alone. My nurse and doctors were there to help me. So yeah,
Wow.
but that
So
that
the
was
angel of the Lord was with you, huh?
yes, yes, ma'am. That was really the only scare I had. I always had bad thoughts like, what if my cerclage popped and he just came out?
Wow.
Because I was walking, I was very kind of like physical. I wanted to exercise and stuff like that, so I had to kind of slow down and take it easy. And then I
Mm-hmm.
always wondered, would he have sickle cell? Because I have sickle cell, but
Uh-huh.
he does. He has the trait, so that's not
Uh-huh.
as bad as the disease, but he still has it. So yeah, but we're making it
Wow.
through.
So no, so he doesn't have any kidney disease, kidney issues, or anything like that.
No, not
Oh,
at all.
all right. And how since he has the trait, does anything has never flared up or bothered you or scared you in any way?
No, just it was just things that normal babies and toddlers go through that happened to them. Nothing that was out of the ordinary or anything related to the sickle cell.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
happy
All
about
right.
that.
All right, so he's very managed with this, and it's nothing, just a trade only, and he has no kidney issues. So I know you're happy about that too. So and that he's a bright, healthy boy. I've seen his artwork. I've seen him playing. I've seen your pictures with him. I've seen you on an outing. So you're very active with him.
Yes, I have to keep him busy because he keeps me going, and I have to keep him going. Because woo,
Wow.
he
Well, you
always
got a
have a
good
lot of energy.
relationship. That's a good thing. A mama and dad, I mean, mama and child relationship. That's a big thing. It's something he would never forget for the rest of his life. You know,
Yes,
he wouldn't forget that for
yes,
the rest of his life. But what is
yes.
what is a day like in the with your son? What is a day like, or a day with him? What is his life like? The baby, because he's a miracle. You had him. What was his weight? Because sometimes children, you have them early, or any complications or anything, they're underweight, or or I'll have to stay in the incubator, stuff like that. None of that, right?
He was 4 pounds 11 ounces, and he
Okay.
was born January 8th, a day after my birthday.
Wow.
So
I'm
I thought he was
January
gonna come
too.
on my birthday,
Wow,
and he did it.
that's
He went
nice.
his own day.
Wow. I get,
So
yeah, you
yeah,
wanted
he
his
was
own day.
born
Didn't want to
January.
share. Yes. Well, a
Right.
day
We're
apart is
stubborn.
not bad.
Capricorn.
Yeah, yeah. Mine's the 15th. Yeah, a day apart is not bad.
Yeah.
That's
So
good.
yeah. But
Wow.
a day with him is awesome. He's very inquisitive. He likes to ask a lot of questions now. He just started school, so most of the day he's in school, and when he comes home, I try to play with him, or if he's been good in school, I'll take him to go get a toy or something like that. But he knows that mommy has kidney disease, mommy has sickle cell. Some days mommy don't feel good, and I need to rest. So he understands that, and I'm very thankful for that. I try not to keep anything from him, but don't. I try not to bombard him with
Overwhelm
it.
them.
I
Yes,
make
yes.
it light on him because he needs to know, and it's reality. So
It
he
is. Yes.
understands.
That's good, because some people don't tell their children anything, and they don't know what happened or why the person is sick, passed out, fell out, passed away, or whatever. And it's good to share things with you. And you could they have books sometimes to tell you how to tell your children certain things, and you know your child better than anybody. So you get your creative way, and you would tell them, because I introduced kidney disease to preschools, 3, 4, and 5-year-olds, and I always
Hmm.
got to do little songs with them, and everything got to be only like 5 to 8 minutes, because their attention span is but so long. So you better make it fun, eventful, and educational. So
Yeah.
do the fist size, what size of the kidney, and where's your kidneys, and all of those songs with them. And you just, I'm glad that you let him know and you told him, because some parents don't, and you happen to do that. So that's fantastic. That's fantastic. He ever
Yeah.
asked you any questions, or does he ever look scared or worried? Because sometimes kids can feel when you're sick too, even when you don't tell them.
Yeah, if he sees me laying down, he'll say, "Mama, you don't feel good. You okay? You need your pills." Like he knows when my alarm, my transplant medicine, time for kidney medicine. Here, mommy,
Wow.
take your medicine. medicine in my water, and I'm like, wow, I never
So,
told him to do that.
well, goodness, that's all right. I ain't mad. That's beautiful. Now you did 12 years of dialysis, and you've had your transplant. What is it? 2 years?
It'll be 2 years, October
This
the
October.
18th.
Ah, somebody got a birthday coming up. Kidney birthday. I ain't mad at you. Wow. So how's
Yeah,
the transplant journey been?
it's been a roller coaster, Lisa. I'm not gonna front. It's been a roller coaster.
Tell that story.
Just when I was ready to give up doing hemodialysis, I got the call and they told me that they had a kidney for me. I was listed at University of Maryland in Baltimore and also at Johns Hopkins, so I was double
Excellent.
listed. But
Hmm.
University of Maryland called first. They called about 3 times before I got the official call, and
Right.
so they called me. It was like, you need to get in now. My surgery was delayed a little bit. That's okay. As soon as I got my kidney, my graft stopped working. How ironic
Wow.
is that? So
Mm.
I was worried about that grant. Don't even worry about it. You don't need that anymore. And I'm like,
Ooh.
okay, well, what if? That's always in the back of your mind. But
Yeah.
the experience has been a roller coaster. The kidney that I had worked so well that it knocked all my electrolytes and everything out of me. My body cramped up like never before. You think dialysis cramps so bad? When all of your magnesium, potassium, everything is down to zero, you have nothing in your body. That is the worst pain you can have in your life. So I
Mm.
was rushed to the hospital. That threw me into a sickle cell crisis. They drew my labs, found out nothing. I had nothing in my body because the kidney was overworking.
Oh my goodness.
So everything was restored, and I got to go home. And you know, after that, things were okay. The only problem I had was drinking so much water because you go from not drinking much to having
I
to
know
drink
that's
two
right.
liters a day.
You ain't never
So it was
lied.
really, yeah, it's
Yeah.
really a struggle that water to keep the kidney going.
What? I'm still struggling, and it's been 3 years for me, and my fistula still work, even though I don't need it. They're gonna flatten it out one of these days. I've been waiting. But yeah. So I went to no pills and no medicine to 16 and what is it, 19 in the morning, 16 at night, to 4 in the morning to 2 at night. So how many pills do you take or deal with? Because it's the
So I
water
was,
thing, the pill thing.
it's rough.
Hmm. Yeah.
At first, I was on like maybe 20 pills, and now I'm down to 6.
I ain't mad at you. Come on now. That's
So that's
great. That's
great.
great. Any
Yeah.
side effects you feel or think about or know about?
I've had a lot of side effects from the Myfortic, and the Prozac took my hair out, and it also caused me to have panic attacks.
Mm.
The Myfortic causes you to throw up all day long. So it's like I'm losing fluid, all the fluid that I'm drinking, I'm losing it while going to the bathroom. So that's right now.
Yeah.
That's my struggle, trying to keep up with what I'm losing. But the medicines that they gave me for that, so I was having stomach problems and couldn't get my gallbladder removed from the sickle
Blood
cell.
Jesus.
So
Mm. Shondo.
it
Oh,
was, and it still is a lot, but I got to keep going because
girl,
this
you
is
a
a journey.
queen. Look how good you look. You
You
wouldn't know
are
you've
too.
been through that. You don't look like what you've been through. You really don't. No. I said I had to get that warrior child, please. You a double time warrior. What? What done happened? Is it? I know it ain't time yet. We ain't ending yet. We thinking that we gonna work it out to end it, but we ain't in it yet. We just want to
Can
know.
you see me?
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Sorry, somebody
Hallelujah.
called
No,
me.
things happen. Come on, this is live, not Memorex. Remember that old commercial? Oh, you too young. But yeah, so yeah, you do have different things with the transplant. It's a good thing. But I had dealt with low calcium, low pressure when I was on dialysis, low pressure. I could pass out if I don't eat on time, or I start repeating the same thing all the time. So I know what you mean. Sometimes I go from no sleep to too much sleep. Uh-huh. Yeah, so I go to two, sometimes I don't get any sleep. You know what I mean? Or I go
Me.
days without it. But I'm different when I don't eat, when I don't sleep. I'm like, "Meow, you don't want me, okay?" I try to keep myself locked up so nobody will know. But people start digging. What's the matter? You're not yourself no more. What happened? You always lively. So I don't want to say anything. You say the sky globe, like what? So so you got to know yourself and keep yourself I guess caged. I don't know. But God knows all things. But I mean, my God, you've been through so much, and I'm so glad you got that gift out of it. I mean, I maybe didn't get the baby I wanted, and I thought I only had one miscarriage. The doctor told me I had several. And I didn't know I
Wow.
had several because I'd never been pregnant before. We didn't know what to look for, or, I just kept saying, dog, my skin looked wonderful. I mean, it was so bright, it was so pretty. I was like, woo, hey, girl, is that you? So, but I enjoyed the pregnancies that I had. I really wasn't sick. I was sleepy, and I craved so much water, like I never had water before, and those chocolate cookies or something. Wasn't that many things that I was going for, but that was it so far. The water. I'm like, what's up with the water business? But I always like water. I can drink 10 glasses, 16. Now I'm struggling to drink my little 5. I'm trying to go past that. But like you said, I stay in the bathroom. I'm married to it. So, but but I'm just glad you got through this. If you had to say something to a woman out there that was trying, or maybe she's pregnant and she's scared, what would you say to this woman? Maybe she has kidney disease. Maybe she has a high risk pregnancy. Whatever it is, give her that love that you just gave me, girl. Oh, Kodobo Shaya, what's going on here? Oh, she gonna get that love. Come on back. Come on back in the room. This,
I'm here.
all
Can
right.
you
Go
hear
ahead.
me?
I can see you.
Sound like my phone keep ringing.
It's all right.
I will
We gonna get through
tell.
this. The devil's a liar. Mm-hmm. You gonna tell her you frozen? Oh, we gonna get through this. I believe she got something good to tell you. You already heard her story, so you know. But here she go. Go
I'm
on, girl.
so sorry. I will tell whoever's trying to have a child, or if anyone is pregnant that's scared, to just um make sure you stay on top of everything. Communicate with your doctors. Ask questions. If you feel like something, there and not I will also say to make sure you have a high risk OBGYN and make sure everyone is working together. The main thing that I did was pray. You have to pray because you a believer, whatever, you pray. That was the number one thing that I did was pray, and of course have family support. It doesn't have to be family, it could be friend, a stranger. Make sure you have some kind of support so you're not going through this alone. And also talk to your dialysis staff. Talk to the social worker at your clinic. If you're doing it at home, just just talk to them. It helps a lot. I mean,
Okay.
that's all I can really say.
All right. All right. Well, you gave the mother some good advice. Because we us women, we stick together and we try to talk to each other. That's why we cry together, hug each other, support each other. We ain't all mean and scratch each other eyes out. We got some of that too going on, but not today. But not tonight. But who would you want to give a shout out to? Who's that wonderful, wonderful couple of people that you want to say, hey?
My mom, Miss Janetta Hart, my sister Monique Brown, my daughter's friend. I want to congratulate Steve and the whole kidney what that they just and that's great. I'm happy and excited for you guys. Real
The glory.
everybody. I'm giving
Mhm.
also the mountain biker.
Oh
Alex.
yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah.
shouts out to all of you and whoever's watching. I love you all. So yeah.
Wow. Well, is there anything that we might have missed or didn't say, or some other advice, or something that we didn't capture for a kidney warrior, a transplant warrior, or a pregnant warrior, or a warrior that lost a baby? How about the warrior that lost a
Well,
baby?
I just want to say that it's to be honest, recommended that you get pregnant while on dialysis because there's so many different things that can happen. You can die, you can
Yeah.
experience miscarriages happen. So I just want to say that it's not recommended, but if you feel like that's what you want to do, it's the risk that you take.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm. Right.
just keep
You
that
got
in
to know
mind.
your choices if you're going to make that choice. Because the doctor told my husband there's a 50-50 chance that I would die. And my husband didn't want me to have no kids. He was started from 6 kids to 2 to 1 to nothing. He said, we the children. We end up being the children. And then we started trying to adopt. But I end up taking care of family members' children. And I'm a social worker of 150 children. So I got children. I end up with children after all, even with the Sunday school and everything else, the youth department. So
That's right.
yeah, so you
And
have
you
to
know they
sometimes
different
look
from
at it in
you.
a different way. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, they different from you. They can't be your children. You know, you have that bond and that relationship with them. That's all that matters. You
Oh
know.
yeah, my nieces and nephews and all of them call me second mother and all this kind of thing. I got a load of godchildren, about 10. So I'm in all their lives at the same time, and I'm like Jesus, But I love every last one of them. So I even thank you for encouraging me. You know what I mean? Some people get jealous or envious. I wouldn't say I wasn't envious. I would mind wish I had a baby like you did. But sometimes you don't know what the baby could have suffered. And I always told God I wouldn't want my baby to suffer, just because I was greedy enough to want to have it, and I didn't want to have it, and then it's sickly, and you know how that is. And sometimes people can be cruel, or other children sometimes can be cruel. So I just didn't
Hmm.
want a baby to suffer just so I can have it or say I was a mom. So I guess, he can answer prayers in so many ways. So I still got to be a mother, and my child never did get to suffer. And I'm glad somebody like you had babies.
Thank you. I
You,
really appreciate that. It was really hard. And my first son, they told me that they automatically signed him up for disability. While when he was
mhm.
born, his eyes were still shut. I'm not sure if he could hear. They told me he would have a lot of complications. So God knew exactly what I was sick, and I wouldn't want to have to take care of a child.
It's
So
hard.
God is so blessed, and He's so fit. But
Yes,
it would have been hard.
yes. Well,
Even having twins.
your decision came out well, and God knew your heart, and He gave you your heart's desire. And I appreciate you coming on the show, because I wanted to get you, and you was already on so many shows. So I was so glad God gave me a show that nobody else did with you, that I was still able to get you, and you still answered the call because you didn't have to. You know what I mean? Because you live a busy life, and you still was nice enough to come and do this for me. I love you with all my heart. You my shiro. You keep doing what you're doing. I got your back if you need me. And I just thank you once again. So I appreciate you, and we're going to be doing some great things soon enough. All
Yes, we
right?
will. And I love you too. I love you so much. You know I'm on a
Oh,
cloudy day.
you better go ahead. Uh-oh, you done got me singing. I'm just kidding. Yeah, you gotta have humor. That's a merry heart do a good like a medicine. So thank you for coming on. Thank you for sharing, and just thank you for being your beautiful self. My baby, I know he's asleep, but give him a big fat kiss for his Aunt Lisa. You hear me?
I will. I will.
All
Thank
right.
you.
You're so welcome. You are so welcome. Thank you.
Night, beautiful.
Oh, you as well, my love. You as well. My
All
goodness.
right.
Did you hear this show or what? Did you hear this show? Wasn't it not heartfelt? Wasn't it not beautiful? Won't it make you make a good decision, or help you to make your decision if you was on a fence? So I'm glad we were able to do it for you tonight. I'll see you next week. Be well, be blessed. Have a nice day at work if you're working. If you're still on vacation, enjoy that. Sometimes you need that. I love you. Peace and blessings. Good night. Glory be to God.
Lisa,
Don't know what time it is.
Lisa,
Sir,
can you hear me?
yes.
Yeah, hey, the beginning started out a little rocky.
Okay.
We got to work on that. Maybe, um, like it. Okay, okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
so for now on, we're gonna do your suggestion. So instead of 750, let's let's do 7:40. Wait a minute. Let's do 7:45.
Okay.
Um, I'm sorry. I got a text. Yeah,
Oh.
because it maybe was your phone. I'm not sure. Cause I can hear her and everybody. Oh,
Because I can hear her too. I can hear her very low.